8 types of people we should not help. Stoicism. In this special video, we explore the 8 types of people you should avoid helping. You might be surprised by the last one, but before we dive in, let's begin with a story that illustrates a crucial lesson. Once upon a time, there was a wise old man who lived in a village. One day, as he walked by a river, he saw a scorpion struggling in the water. The scorpion was drowning, and the wise man decided to save it. He reached out to pull the scorpion from the water, but as soon as he touched it, the scorpion stung him. Despite the pain, the wise man tried again and again to save the scorpion, each time getting stung. A passerby saw this and said, "Why do you keep trying to save that scorpion when it continues to sting you?" The wise man replied, "It is in the scorpion's nature to sting, but it is in my nature to save." The passerby then suggested, "Instead of using your hand, why not use a leaf to lift the scorpion out of the water?" This story teaches us that while helping others is noble, we must also be wise and take precautions to protect ourselves. Just like the wise man needed to find a safer way to help the scorpion, we too must recognize when our efforts are being wasted or causing us harm. Let's explore these energy vampires and why it's crucial to recognize them. Number 1. The Ingrates. Navigating the realm of human interactions, we often encounter individuals who seem to lack any sense of gratitude. The Ingrates. These individuals, much like bottomless pits, never appear satisfied regardless of how much you give. They perpetually desire more, often complaining about the minutest details, akin to someone who critiques every aspect of a restaurant experience, from the food, to the service, to even the napkins. This relentless dissatisfaction is rooted in deeper psychological issues. Studies suggest that those with low self-esteem tend to focus on life's negatives, leading to a pervasive sense of ingratitude. Recognizing such behavior is crucial to safeguarding oneself from exploitation. Setting boundaries is essential to protect your emotional and mental health from those who repeatedly take advantage of your kindness. In the words of Richard Branson, treat your employees as you want them to treat your best customers. This advice can extend to all relationships, underscoring the importance of nurturing gratitude. Continuously giving to someone who fails to appreciate your efforts is akin to watering a barren garden. It's important to distinguish between ingratitude and constructive honesty. True friends provide helpful advice rather than perpetual dissatisfaction. As Seneca wisely observed, "He who receives a benefit with gratitude repays the first installment on his debt." This highlights the reciprocal nature of gratitude. Those who cannot express it are unlikely to reciprocate your kindness. In our contemporary world, it's vital to differentiate between those genuinely appreciative and those who are not. This discernment helps you invest your time and energy in enriching relationships rather than draining ones. When faced with ingrates, it's essential to distinguish between individuals who offer genuine constructive criticism aimed at improvement and those who are perpetually discontent. The former provides valuable feedback, while the latter merely sap your energy and resources. Setting boundaries with such individuals is crucial for maintaining mental and emotional well-being. This practice is especially pertinent in professional settings, where recognizing and addressing ingratitude can prevent burnout and promote a positive, productive atmosphere. Additionally, self-reflection is vital to ensure we don't become ingrates ourselves. Regularly practicing gratitude can enhance our outlook on life and relationships. Marcus Aurelius eloquently put it, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." By incorporating such reflections into our daily routine, we cultivate a mindset of gratitude and appreciation, benefiting both ourselves and those around us. In conclusion, effectively dealing with ingrates involves recognizing their behavior, setting appropriate boundaries, and focusing on relationships built on mutual respect and appreciation. This not only protects our well-being, but also fosters a more fulfilling and balanced life. Number 2. The lazy. Laziness, though it might have once been a useful trait to conserve energy, is counterproductive in today's fast-paced world. Lazy people tend to make excuses, procrastinate, and avoid putting in any effort. They can drain your energy and negatively impact your productivity and mental health. To identify laziness in others, look for habitual excuses, chronic procrastination, and a consistent lack of initiative. Surrounding yourself with such individuals can drag you down, stifling your own potential and growth. Jim Rohn once said, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." This statement underscores the importance of choosing your company wisely to avoid becoming part of a circle of slackers. Consider this scenario. You're working on a group project at your job, and one of your colleagues, Sam, constantly puts off his tasks. Every time you ask him about his progress, he has a new excuse. His internet was down, he had a family emergency, or he just didn't understand the task. Meanwhile, the deadline is approaching, and the entire team is stressed. Sam's laziness not only affects his performance, but also puts additional pressure on you and your other colleagues. Eventually, you find yourself staying late to cover for his incomplete work, leading to burnout and frustration. This situation is all too common in various aspects of life, from professional settings to personal relationships. Reflecting on this, how do you feel when someone repeatedly lets you down because of their laziness? It can be incredibly frustrating and demotivating. It forces you to pick up the slack and puts you in a position where you have to compensate for their lack of effort. This not only impacts your productivity, but also your mental well-being. Constantly dealing with lazy individuals can make you question your own abilities and can lead to resentment. In a broader sense, laziness can manifest in more subtle ways. It might be the friend who always has a reason to avoid helping you move, or the coworker who never volunteers for extra projects. While these actions might seem harmless initially, over time, they create an imbalance in relationships and workload distribution. Lazy individuals tend to take advantage of the hardworking people around them, relying on their diligence and commitment to carry the weight. Now think about a time when you were surrounded by motivated and driven individuals. How did their energy and enthusiasm affect you? Being in the company of proactive and ambitious people can inspire you to strive for excellence and push your boundaries. They challenge you to grow, learn, and achieve more. This is the kind of environment that fosters success and personal development. It's essential to recognize that while everyone has moments of laziness, habitual laziness is a different story. It's a pattern of behavior that indicates a deeper issue, a lack of drive and responsibility. When you continuously make excuses and avoid effort, you're not just hindering your own progress, but also dragging down those around you. This is why it's crucial to be mindful of the company you keep. If you want to achieve your goals and maintain a positive mindset, you need to surround yourself with individuals who share your values and work ethic. So, how can you protect yourself from the negative influence of lazy individuals? Start by setting clear boundaries and expectations. Communicate openly about the impact their behavior has on you and the team. Encourage them to take responsibility and be accountable for their actions. However, if you see no improvement, it might be time to distance yourself from them. It's not about being harsh or unkind. It's about prioritizing your well-being and success. Remember, you have the power to choose who you spend your time with. Surround yourself with people who inspire you, challenge you, and support your growth. By doing so, you'll create a positive and motivating environment that will propel you toward your goals. Laziness is a barrier to success, and by recognizing and addressing it, you can ensure that it doesn't hold you back. In conclusion, the lesson here is clear. Don't let the laziness of others become your burden. Be vigilant in identifying and addressing lazy behavior, and make conscious choices about the people you associate with. Your time and energy are valuable, and you deserve to spend them in ways that contribute to your growth and happiness. As you navigate your journey, remember Jim Rohn's words and choose your company wisely. Surround yourself with individuals who uplift and motivate you, and together, you'll reach new heights. Number 3. The irresponsible. All right, let's dive into an important segment on our journey through Stoicism. 8 types of people we should not help. Today, we focus on the irresponsible. Irresponsible people live in a world without consequences, avoiding commitments and blaming others for their failures. We all know someone like this, don't we? Maybe it's a friend, a colleague, or even a family member. These individuals float through life, unanchored and unreliable, often leaving a trail of unfulfilled promises and unmet expectations. When we step in to help them, we often end up feeling more frustration than satisfaction because, despite our best efforts, they rarely change. It feels like pouring water into a sieve, doesn't it? Now here's the crux of the matter. Instead of trying to solve their problems for them, what if we encouraged them to reflect on their actions? What if we guided them towards developing self-management skills? Imagine the transformation that could occur if they started taking responsibility for their own lives. Education and self-evaluation are crucial here. It's about planting the seeds of accountability and watching them grow. This is not an easy task, and it certainly requires patience and self-control on our part. As Bertrand Russell wisely pointed out, much of the world's troubles are due to the fact that the ignorant are completely sure, and the intelligent are full of doubts. This quote speaks volumes. Often those who are irresponsible are certain that the fault lies elsewhere, never within themselves. They lack the self-awareness to see their own shortcomings. On the other hand, those of us who are more reflective, who question our own actions, are filled with doubts. It's this self-doubt that makes us capable of growth and change. So, recognizing our limits in helping those who avoid responsibility is crucial. We can't pour from an empty cup, after all. Have you ever found yourself exhausted from trying to help someone who simply doesn't want to help themselves? How did it make you feel? What if, instead of exhausting ourselves, we redirected our energy towards encouraging personal responsibility? Imagine the ripple effect this could have. When we hold others accountable, we empower them to take charge of their own lives. It's a tough love approach, but it's often what's needed. Now, let's bring this closer to home. Think about the people in your life. Is there someone who continually shirks their responsibilities? How have you been dealing with them? Reflect on whether your current approach is truly helping them in the long run. Perhaps it's time to shift tactics. Encourage them to look inward, to self-evaluate, and to learn from their mistakes. This is not about abandoning them, but about guiding them towards a path of self-reliance. In our pursuit of living a Stoic life, we must remember that we cannot control others, only ourselves. We can offer guidance and support, but ultimately change must come from within. This aligns with the core Stoic principle that our own virtue is the only true good. By fostering responsibility in others, we are not only helping them, but also adhering to our own values. Engage with this idea deeply. Think about how you can apply it in your daily interactions. The next time you encounter someone who avoids responsibility, pause and reflect. Ask yourself, am I truly helping this person by solving their problems for them, or am I merely enabling their irresponsibility? Shift the focus to empowering them instead. Remember, Stoicism teaches us to be resilient and wise. It's not about being indifferent, but about being judicious in our help. We must balance compassion with discernment, offering help in ways that promote growth rather than dependency. So, as we conclude this segment, I invite you to reflect on your own experiences. Have you been trying to help someone irresponsible? How can you change your approach to encourage their growth? Share your thoughts with us, and let's learn together. Engage with your community, ask questions, and explore these ideas further. After all, Stoicism is not just a philosophy, but a way of life. And together, we can navigate its teachings to lead more fulfilling and purposeful lives. Number 4. The Manipulators. Manipulators are a cunning breed, skilled at bending others to their will for personal gain. These individuals masterfully disguise their self-serving agendas with charm and deceit, much like a wolf in sheep's clothing. Their manipulation often stems from a desire for control or deep-seated insecurity. Understanding their tactics is essential to protect oneself from their influence. Manipulators exploit goodwill for their benefit without reciprocation. They use emotional manipulation and adapt their personality to control others. Recognize manipulation by their changing behavior and undermining comments. Knowledge and boundaries are essential defenses against manipulation. As Robert Cialdini said, "The best defense against manipulation is knowledge. Think of your emotional well-being as a fortress. Protect it by setting firm boundaries and recognizing the signs of manipulation." In the modern world, manipulators can be found in various spheres, from personal relationships to the workplace. They may use flattery, guilt, or coercion to achieve their ends, often leaving their victims feeling used and disoriented. Recognizing the signs of manipulation and setting firm boundaries is vital. Avoid getting entangled in their web by staying grounded in your values and maintaining clear communication. Fostering self-confidence and emotional intelligence can act as a shield against manipulators. By understanding your own emotions and motivations, you become less susceptible to their ploys. As Marcus Aurelius advised, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Cultivating a positive and resilient mindset can help you navigate interactions with manipulators more effectively. Reflect on your relationships and interactions, ensuring that you are not inadvertently manipulating others. Practicing honesty and transparency in your dealings can build trust and respect, creating healthier and more genuine connections. In summary, dealing with manipulators requires vigilance, self-awareness, and a firm commitment to your principles. By doing so, you safeguard your well-being and foster more authentic and fulfilling relationships. Remember, manipulators thrive on confusion and emotional chaos. Maintaining clarity and steadfastness in your thoughts and actions is your best defense. As Seneca wisely stated, "He who is brave is free." In the context of dealing with manipulators, bravery lies in recognizing their tactics and standing firm in your resolve to protect your integrity and peace of mind. Number 5. The Narcissists. Narcissists are individuals who exhibit an excessive sense of self-importance and a profound lack of empathy for others. These people often demand constant admiration and attention, much like someone who always seeks the spotlight without considering the needs of others. This attitude stems from deep-seated insecurity and an insatiable need for validation. Recognizing narcissism is crucial to protect yourself from being exploited by those who prioritize their own needs above all else. As Epictetus wisely noted, "It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows." This insight illuminates the limitations of narcissism and its harmful effects. In modern life, narcissism can manifest in various ways, from excessive self-promotion to manipulative behavior. Setting boundaries with narcissistic individuals is essential to prevent their demands from negatively impacting your life. Oscar Wilde famously remarked, "To know yourself, observe the conduct of others." This means that through interactions with narcissists, we can learn and grow while safeguarding our emotional energy. Consider this. Have you ever worked with someone who always took credit for team achievements, rarely acknowledging the efforts of others? Maybe they were charming and persuasive, but you soon realized their primary goal was to elevate themselves at any cost. This is a classic example of narcissistic behavior. They are skilled at creating a facade of competence and charisma, but underneath, they are driven by an unrelenting need for validation. By understanding this, you can protect yourself from their manipulative tactics. A friend once shared a story about a colleague who constantly boasted about his achievements and belittled others' contributions. It created a toxic work environment where people felt undervalued and demotivated. The turning point came when the team decided to set clear boundaries and not let this colleague's behavior dictate their work dynamics. They began to recognize their own worth and contributions, which helped them reclaim their confidence and productivity. So how do you deal with narcissists in your life? First, set firm boundaries. Don't let their need for attention and validation override your own needs and well-being. It's important to maintain a sense of self-worth and not get drawn into their games. When you find yourself in a conversation with a narcissist, stay grounded and avoid feeding their ego. Instead, focus on your own goals and values. This might mean limiting your interactions or even distancing yourself from them when necessary. Remember, protecting your mental and emotional health is paramount. Ask yourself, why do narcissists affect us so deeply? It's because they challenge our sense of fairness and justice. We expect mutual respect and recognition in our relationships, whether personal or professional. When we encounter someone who disregards these values, it can be deeply unsettling. Yet this very discomfort can be a powerful teacher. By observing how narcissists operate, we learn about the pitfalls of unchecked ego and the importance of empathy and humility. Think about the story of the tortoise and the hare. The hare's overconfidence and desire for constant validation caused him to underestimate the tortoise. The tortoise, steady and focused, ultimately won the race. Similarly, in life, those who are humble and consistent often achieve greater success than those who seek immediate gratification and constant applause. Narcissists might seem to thrive in the short term, but their lack of genuine connection and empathy often leads to isolation and dissatisfaction. In conclusion, dealing with narcissists is a challenging but valuable experience. By setting boundaries, maintaining your self-worth, and observing their behavior, you can protect yourself and grow stronger. Remember Epictetus's words, "True learning comes from acknowledging what we don't know." And as you navigate interactions with narcissists, let Oscar Wilde's advice guide you. Observe others to know yourself better. By doing so, you can transform these difficult encounters into opportunities for personal growth and resilience. What steps can you take today to ensure that you're not allowing a narcissist to drain your energy or undermine your self-worth? Reflect on your interactions, set clear boundaries, and prioritize your well-being. By doing so, you'll not only protect yourself, but also cultivate a life filled with genuine, meaningful connections. Number 6. The envious. Alright, let's dive into the 6th type of person we should avoid helping. The envious. Envy at its core stems from the perception of a gap between what one has and what one believes they deserve. It can sometimes push people to work harder, but more often it acts as a destructive force. Envy can erode relationships and create an atmosphere of negativity. Imagine someone who, instead of being happy for your success, feels bitter and resentful. This kind of negative energy can be draining, and it's crucial to protect yourself from it. One effective strategy is to keep your successes and plans to yourself, sharing them only with those you trust implicitly. This way, you shield yourself from potential envious reactions and maintain a positive environment around you. Have you ever shared a personal achievement with someone and felt their reaction wasn't as supportive as you hoped? This could be a sign of envy. Recognizing such behavior early can save you a lot of unnecessary stress. Instead of focusing on the envious individuals, concentrate on your growth and achievements. Your energy is precious. Don't waste it on those who cannot celebrate your success genuinely. Bertrand Russell, a renowned philosopher, once said, "Don't worry about what others think of you. They care much less than you imagine." This quote is a powerful reminder to focus on your path without being swayed by others' perceptions. Sharing your achievements selectively doesn't mean you're hiding. It means you're being smart about protecting your mental and emotional well-being. By doing so, you ensure that your journey remains fulfilling and free from unnecessary drama. Let's face it, helping others is a noble act, and it's something many of us strive to do. However, there's a fine line between helping others and compromising your well-being. It's essential to recognize when your support is being taken for granted or when it's fostering a toxic dynamic. Setting boundaries is not about being selfish. It's about self-preservation and maintaining your peace of mind. Have you ever found yourself exhausted because you kept giving to someone who only took and never reciprocated? It's a common experience, and it highlights the importance of being selective about whom you help. Think about this. How much better would your life be if you could redirect the energy wasted on envious or ungrateful individuals toward your personal growth? This shift in focus can lead to significant improvements in your well-being and overall happiness. Being selective doesn't mean you're shutting people out. It means you're prioritizing those who genuinely support and appreciate you. In conclusion, While helping others is a virtue, it's crucial to ensure that it doesn't come at the expense of your well-being. Recognize the signs of envy and be mindful of whom you share your plans and successes with. Set boundaries to protect your energy and focus on your growth. Remember, it's not about turning your back on everyone, but about being discerning in your acts of kindness. By doing so, you not only protect yourself, but also foster healthier, more supportive relationships. If you found these insights valuable, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more wisdom. Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below with the phrase peaceful mind. And always remember, sometimes the best way to help someone is by choosing not to help them at all. Number 7. The entitled. In today's fast-paced world, entitlement has become a widespread issue where individuals believe they deserve certain privileges or rewards without having to earn them. These people often display a sense of superiority and lack appreciation for the efforts of others, much like a spoiled child who demands toys without understanding their value. This attitude arises from a distorted sense of self-importance and an absence of empathy. It is crucial to recognize entitlement to protect yourself from being exploited by those who feel they are owed your time, energy, or resources. As Epictetus wisely said, man is not worried by real problems so much as by his imagined anxieties about real problems. This insight sheds light on the root of entitlement and its detrimental effects. In modern life, entitlement can manifest in various forms, from demanding special treatment to expecting unearned rewards. It is essential to set firm boundaries with entitled individuals to prevent their unreasonable expectations from impacting your life. Entitlement can lead to a toxic work environment where individuals expect recognition and rewards without making meaningful contributions. It is vital to cultivate a culture of meritocracy where efforts and achievements are recognized and rewarded fairly. Tackling entitlement head-on can help reduce its negative impact, creating a more positive and productive atmosphere. Practicing humility and empathy allows us to appreciate the efforts of others and recognize the value of hard work. Marcus Aurelius, another great Stoic philosopher, advised, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." Embracing this mindset can lead to a more fulfilling and contented life. As we navigate through modern challenges, it is important to stay grounded and recognize the importance of earning our rewards through genuine effort and dedication. By doing so, we not only build our own character, but also contribute to a more just and respectful society. Therefore, let us strive to embody the virtues of humility and empathy, and encourage others to do the same, creating an environment where entitlement is replaced by gratitude and hard work. So how do you deal with cynics in your life? First, set clear boundaries. Politely but firmly let them know that you prefer to focus on solutions rather than problems. Limit your interactions with them if necessary, and seek out those who uplift and inspire you. Secondly, practice gratitude. Focus on the positives in your life and appreciate the small victories. Gratitude can act as a shield against negativity, helping you maintain a balanced perspective. Lastly, nurture your optimism. Surround yourself with positive influences, engage in activities that bring you joy, and keep your goals and aspirations in sight. In closing, remember the wisdom of Epictetus and rejoice in what you have. Don't let the cynics of the world steal your joy or diminish your dreams. Protect your mental and emotional space and choose to see the glass as half full. By doing so, you'll cultivate a more positive and fulfilling life. What steps will you take today to distance yourself from cynics and embrace a more optimistic outlook? Reflect on this and take action to create a life filled with positivity and growth. Number 8. The Cynics. Cynics are individuals who always expect the worst and doubt the sincerity and goodness of others. These people often view the world through a lens of negativity, much like a person who sees a glass as perpetually half empty. This attitude stems from deep-seated mistrust and a lack of hope. Recognizing cynicism is crucial to protect yourself from being dragged down by those who view the world with a negative perspective. In the words of Epictetus, he is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has. This insight helps us understand the importance of maintaining a positive outlook and appreciating the good in our lives. In modern life, cynicism can manifest in various forms, from constant criticism to dismissive attitudes. It's essential to set boundaries with cynics to prevent their negativity from impacting your life. You have a colleague who, no matter the situation, always finds something to complain about. When you share your excitement about a new project, they immediately point out potential failures. When discussing a positive change in the workplace, they scoff and predict it won't last. This kind of persistent negativity can be draining and demoralizing. The constant barrage of pessimism can chip away at your enthusiasm and optimism if you're not careful. It's like trying to carry a balloon of hope while someone keeps trying to pop it with a pin of cynicism. But why should we care about distancing ourselves from cynics? The reason is simple: your mental and emotional well-being. Surrounding yourself with negativity can cloud your judgment, hinder your progress, and dampen your spirit. It's like walking in a fog. It becomes challenging to see the path ahead clearly. Cynics tend to project their own insecurities and disappointments onto others, making it difficult for them to celebrate successes or find joy in everyday moments. Their constant doubt can lead you to question your abilities and dreams, creating unnecessary hurdles in your personal and professional life. Think about a time when you were brimming with excitement about a new opportunity. Maybe it was a new job, a personal project, or a relationship. Now, imagine sharing that excitement with someone who immediately starts listing all the reasons why it won't work. How did that make you feel? Chances are, it deflated your enthusiasm and made you second-guess yourself. This is the power of cynicism. It spreads doubt and negativity, often under the guise of being realistic or practical. However, it's important to note that not all critical feedback is cynical. Constructive criticism is valuable and can help us grow. The key difference lies in the intention and the delivery. Constructive criticism comes from a place of wanting to help and improve, while cynicism is rooted in a negative worldview and a desire to bring others down. Recognizing this distinction can help you navigate interactions and protect your positivity. Consider the story of Jane, a young entrepreneur who started her own business. Jane was passionate and driven, with a clear vision of what she wanted to achieve. She shared her dreams with a close friend who was a cynic. Instead of encouragement, Jane received a litany of reasons why her business would fail. The friend pointed out market competition, potential financial risks, and personal shortcomings. Initially, Jane felt discouraged and doubted her abilities. However, she soon realized that her friend's negativity stemmed from their own fears and insecurities. Jane chose to distance herself from the cynic and surrounded herself with supportive and optimistic individuals. This shift in her environment boosted her confidence and helped her navigate the challenges of entrepreneurship with a positive mindset. Jane's story highlights the importance of choosing your company wisely. While it's important to be aware of potential pitfalls, it's equally important to believe in your capabilities and maintain a positive outlook. By distancing yourself from cynics, you create a space for positivity and growth in your life. 8 Stoic Principles to Master the Art of Not Caring and Letting Go. If you've ever found yourself scrolling through social media, sighing at the pressures of today's world, wondering why you can't just let things go, or simply wanting to care a tad bit less about every little thing, then you, my friend, you've just landed on the right coordinates. You see, centuries before our screen-addicted hustle culture existed, a group, the Stoics, laid down principles that, believe it or not, can teach us how to master the art of not giving too many cares. Can you believe it? Age-old insights that can help us navigate our 24/7, always-on lives. In today's enlightening journey, we'll delve into 8 transformative Stoic principles. Principles so liberating they could be your lifeline in the whirlpool that is modern existence. And if you're eager to be the pioneer in unearthing more gems like these, don't hesitate to ring that notification bell and subscribe to Stoic in Your Life. Now let's embark on this voyage of self-discovery. Number 1. Control what's within, release what's without. Imagine this scenario. It's a rainy Tuesday morning. You've just brewed the perfect cup of tea, and as you're about to take your first sip, your cat swipes it off the table. The old you might have gotten angry, blaming Whiskers or even the universe for conspiring against you. But let's reflect on the wisdom of Seneca, who said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." The truth is, things happen. Teas spill, and cats are mischievous. What's within our control? Our reactions. Instead of letting our imagination paint a gloomy day, we can choose to laugh it off and brew another cup. The world will keep throwing curveballs, but our power lies in how we react. So the next time your Wi-Fi is acting up during an important Zoom call, or your pizza arrives cold, take a deep breath. It's not the cold pizza that disturbs us, but our interpretation of it. Let go of what's outside your control and focus on your inner response, because mastering this art will bring you peace. The essence of Stoicism is not to eliminate emotions, but to transform them with reason. Epictetus wisely noted, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Every day we encounter situations that test our composure. The traffic jam when we're late, the unexpected expense, the harsh word from a colleague. All these are beyond our control. What we can control is our response. Cultivating an attitude of calm acceptance allows us to navigate life's challenges without being consumed by them. When faced with a setback, remember Marcus Aurelius's counsel. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Use obstacles as opportunities to practice patience and resilience. By doing so, you turn adversities into stepping stones for personal growth. Moreover, in the hustle of modern life, it's easy to get caught up in the race for success, approval, and material wealth. Yet, the Stoics remind us that true contentment comes from within. Seneca advised, "He who is contented with little possesses everything." This doesn't mean abandoning ambition, but rather aligning it with what truly matters. Ask yourself, are your pursuits driven by genuine passion and purpose, or by external validation? By focusing on what you can control, your efforts, your mindset, you liberate yourself from the tyranny of outcomes. This shift in perspective is powerful. It frees you from the anxiety of striving for things beyond your control and roots your happiness in your own actions and virtues. In the realm of personal relationships, Stoicism offers profound insights. Often, conflicts arise from unmet expectations and attempts to control others. Yet, as Epictetus emphasized, make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens. Instead of trying to change others, focus on changing yourself. Practice empathy and understanding, recognizing that everyone is fighting their own battles. When someone criticizes or misunderstands you, remember that their reaction is a reflection of their perspective, not your worth. By maintaining your inner peace and integrity, you influence others positively without imposing your will. Stoicism also teaches the value of presence and mindfulness. In our fast-paced world, we're often distracted, always planning for the future or ruminating on the past. Marcus Aurelius urged, confine yourself to the present. Embrace each moment fully, whether it's a mundane task or a significant event. By being present, you appreciate life more deeply and make better decisions. This mindfulness extends to self-awareness, understanding your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. By regularly reflecting on your day, you can identify patterns that hinder your peace and take steps to address them. This continuous self-improvement is at the heart of Stoic practice. Number 2. Embrace the present moment. Marcus Aurelius once mused, "Do not let the future disturb you, for you will arrive there if you nurture your present." In the hustle and bustle of the 21st century, our lives are inundated with notifications pinging every second, and our thoughts race faster than our internet speeds. Yet, what do we often miss? The now. Remember those days you walked in the park, but your mind was lost in tomorrow's tasks? or those family dinners where your thoughts drifted to past regrets. The Stoics teach us that today, this very moment, is a gift. So why squander it worrying about the past or future? Being present isn't just about paying attention. It's about truly experiencing life, savoring your meals, listening to your friends, and feeling the wind on your face. Let go of yesterday's regrets and tomorrow's anxieties. In the grand tapestry of life, it's the little moments stitched together that define our happiness. Picture yourself at a family gathering, the table laden with food, laughter filling the air. But instead of engaging, your mind is miles away, worrying about a presentation next week or replaying a mistake from last month. This is the thief of joy. By allowing your mind to wander, you miss the opportunity to connect, to enjoy, and to truly live. The Stoics urge us to anchor ourselves in the present, to find contentment in the now. They remind us that the past is unchangeable and the future is uncertain, but the present is within our grasp. Think about your daily commute. Instead of dreading the traffic or the crowded subway, what if you used that time to practice mindfulness? Notice the changing scenery, listen to an inspiring podcast, or simply breathe deeply. These small shifts in focus can transform mundane moments into meaningful experiences. How often do you find yourself lost in thought, missing out on the beauty around you? By embracing the present, you not only enhance your own life, but also enrich the lives of those around you. Consider the story of a busy professional, constantly juggling tasks and responsibilities. One day, they decide to take a break and go for a walk in the park. At first, their mind is cluttered with thoughts of work. But slowly, as they start to notice the blooming flowers, the chirping birds, and the gentle rustle of leaves, they begin to feel a sense of peace. This simple act of being present transforms their day, making them more productive and less stressed. What if you could find this peace in your everyday life? Engaging with the present moment also means letting go of perfectionism. We often chase an ideal future where everything will be perfect, but this only leads to disappointment and stress. Instead, focus on the here and now and find joy in the process rather than the outcome. For instance, while working on a project, instead of fixating on the end result, immerse yourself in each step, appreciating the effort and creativity you put into it. Ask yourself, how often do you truly live in the present? Do you savor each bite of your meal? Or do you eat while scrolling through your phone? Do you listen attentively to your loved ones? Or are you planning your next move while they speak? By consciously choosing to be present, you cultivate a deeper sense of gratitude and fulfillment. A powerful way to practice this is through gratitude journaling. Each day, take a moment to write down 3 things you're grateful for. This simple exercise shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have, grounding you in the present. It's a reminder that life is happening now, and there's much to appreciate. In conclusion, embracing the present moment is about more than just being aware. It's about actively participating in your life, letting go of the weight of the past and the anxiety of the future. By doing so, you create a space for genuine happiness and connection. So, next time you find your mind wandering, gently bring it back to the present. Listen to the sounds around you, feel the textures, and appreciate the moments that make up your life. Remember, the present is a gift, and it's up to you to unwrap it fully. Number 3. Accept change as nature's course. All right, let's dive into the heart of Stoicism with a vital principle: embracing change as an intrinsic part of life. Imagine how effortlessly the seasons transition. Winter's frost gracefully yields to the vibrant blooms of spring without resistance. Yet when we encounter changes in our lives, such as a job change, a breakup, or moving to a new place, we often resist. As the wise philosopher Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This profound insight reminds us that life's true essence is its ever-changing nature, as fluid and dynamic as the River Thames. Have you ever found yourself battling against the tides of change, feeling worn out and frustrated? What if instead you could find freedom and peace by flowing with the current? Life is an ongoing process of evolution, and our resistance to change only brings exhaustion. Think of yourself as a masterpiece in progress, much like Rome, which wasn't built in a day. Every change, every unexpected twist and turn, adds a unique brushstroke to your life's canvas. This perspective transforms each alteration into an opportunity for growth and self-discovery. Remember, change is not an adversary, but a companion on your journey. So, the next time you face an unexpected detour, consider it a vital part of the grand design of your life. How might your life transform if you welcomed change instead of resisting it? Let's reflect on this principle further. Embracing change as a natural course is akin to nurturing a garden. Imagine your life as a beautiful garden that thrives through the cycles of seasons. Each change is like the seasonal shift that brings new opportunities for growth and renewal. As Marcus Aurelius, another great Stoic philosopher, advised, "The universe is change, our life is what our thoughts make it." How can you cultivate a mindset that sees change not as a disruption, but as a chance to blossom anew? Now, let's bring this concept into our daily lives. Think about a recent change you've experienced. How did you react? Did you find yourself clinging to the familiar, or did you embrace the new path with open arms? Reflecting on your reactions can reveal a lot about your relationship with change. What if you approached every change with the curiosity of an explorer embarking on a new adventure? This shift in perspective can turn anxiety into excitement, transforming obstacles into stepping stones. Moreover, consider the story of the phoenix, a mythical bird that rises from its ashes stronger and more vibrant than before. This symbolizes our potential to emerge more robust and resilient from life's changes. Each phase of change, no matter how challenging, offers a chance to reinvent ourselves and discover hidden strengths. How can you harness the power of change to reinvent yourself and uncover new potentials within? Engaging with change also means letting go of the need for control. Sometimes we cling to the illusion of control to feel safe, but this only creates more stress and anxiety. By acknowledging that change is a constant, we can let go of this need and find peace in the flow of life. As Lao Tzu, the ancient Chinese philosopher, wisely said, "Life is a series of natural and spontaneous changes. Don't resist them, that only creates sorrow. Let reality be reality." How might your life be different if you surrendered to the natural flow of events instead of trying to control every outcome? Lastly, let's discuss the importance of perspective. How we view change significantly impacts our experience of it. If we see change as a threat, we react with fear and resistance. However, if we view it as a chance to grow and evolve, we can approach it with courage and openness. Viktor Frankl, a renowned psychiatrist and Holocaust survivor, once said, "When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves." How can you change your perspective on the changes you face to see them as opportunities for personal growth? In conclusion, embracing change as nature's course is about finding harmony with life's inherent fluidity. It's about recognizing that every change, every shift, is an essential part of your journey. By welcoming change with open arms, you can transform your life into a masterpiece that evolves beautifully over time. So next time you encounter an unexpected change, ask yourself, how can this experience enrich my life and help me grow? Embrace the art of not caring about the disruptions and instead, find joy in the ever-unfolding journey of life. Number 4. Detach from external validation. In today's world, we are bombarded with likes, shares, and comments that shape our perception of self-worth. We've become hooked on external validation, allowing tiny icons on a screen to dictate our mood and sense of self. However, Stoicism teaches us a valuable lesson about finding validation from within. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "Man is not worried by real problems so much as by his imagined anxieties about real problems." This profound wisdom reminds us that our anxieties often stem from our thoughts and perceptions rather than actual problems. Instead of measuring our self-worth by online clout or the approval of others, we should focus on our personal values, actions, and character. Consider this. When your social media post doesn't receive the expected traction, or when someone slides into your DMs with a snide comment, it's crucial to remember that your worth is not up for public voting. You are your own judge and jury. This idea aligns with the Stoic principle of controlling what we can and accepting what we cannot. By detaching from the need for external validation, we can cultivate a sense of inner peace and resilience. Marcus Aurelius, another Stoic philosopher, wrote in his Meditations, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." By focusing on our thoughts and internal state, rather than seeking approval from others, we can achieve a more stable and fulfilling sense of self. In modern life, it's easy to get caught up in the chase for likes and positive comments, but true contentment comes from within. Imagine living a life where your sense of self-worth isn't influenced by the fleeting opinions of others. This is the essence of Stoicism, mastering the art of not caring about what others think and letting go of the need for external validation. By doing so, we can lead a more authentic and empowered life. We should strive to live according to our values and principles, regardless of external recognition or praise. This inner strength and self-assuredness are the hallmarks of a Stoic mindset. Reflecting on this principle can transform how we navigate social interactions and challenges. For example, when faced with criticism or a lack of recognition, instead of feeling disheartened, remind yourself of your inherent worth and the values that guide your actions. This shift in perspective can alleviate much of the stress and anxiety associated with seeking external validation. As Seneca wisely said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." By focusing on internal validation, we can free ourselves from the endless cycle of craving approval and find true contentment. In conclusion, detaching from external validation is a powerful Stoic principle that can significantly enhance our well-being. By turning inward and grounding our self-worth in our values, actions, and character, we can navigate life's challenges with greater resilience and peace. Let the wisdom of the Stoics guide you in mastering the art of not caring about external opinions and embracing the strength that comes from within. This approach not only leads to a more fulfilling life but also aligns us with the timeless wisdom of Stoicism, helping us to become more centered, confident, and content in an ever-changing world. Number 5. Recognize life's natural cycles. Loss is painful, whether it's a favorite hoodie, a cherished memory, or a loved one. But as Marcus Aurelius stated, loss is nothing else but change, and change is nature's delight. In the vast ecosystem of existence, everything has its season. Trees shed leaves only to sprout new ones. Similarly, life presents endings and beginnings, each teaching us, shaping us. Rather than clinging to what was, Stoicism invites us to appreciate life's impermanence. It's a call to live fully, love deeply, and let go gracefully. Every sunset, after all, makes way for a sunrise. Seek growth in adversity. Who hasn't faced a challenge? Maybe it's that dreadful boss, the endless pile of bills, or the metro that's always late. It's easy to complain, to wish life was a bit kinder. But Seneca once proclaimed, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." Think of challenges as life's personal gym sessions for your soul. When hurdles appear, instead of asking, "Why me?" ponder, "What's this teaching me?" Every adversity carries a lesson, a potential for growth. It's just a matter of perspective. If Stoics were around today, they'd probably say, "I'll bring it on." Imagine standing in your kitchen on a Saturday morning, brewing your favorite coffee, when you notice your favorite mug, the one you've had for years, has a crack in it. At first, you're hit with a wave of sadness. That mug has been a part of countless mornings, seen through both happy days and challenging ones. But then you recall Marcus Aurelius's words and realize this is just another form of change. Just like the trees that lose their leaves only to grow new ones, this small loss makes room for something new. Maybe it's time to get a new mug, one that will accompany you on future mornings. Now, let's think about life's adversities, like that demanding boss or those never-ending bills. It's tempting to throw up your hands and ask, Why is this happening to me? But if you shift your perspective, these difficulties can be seen as the gym for your soul. Remember Seneca's wisdom. Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body. So, the next time you face a tough situation, instead of feeling defeated, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Imagine each challenge as a new exercise in your personal growth regime, designed to make you stronger, more resilient, and wiser. Consider a modern story. Sarah, a young professional, felt overwhelmed by her workload and a demanding boss. Every day seemed like a battle, and she often found herself questioning her choices. But one day, she decided to change her approach. Instead of seeing her boss as a tyrant, she began to view him as a teacher of patience and resilience. She started to embrace the workload as an opportunity to hone her skills and prove her capabilities. Over time, Sarah noticed a change, not in her boss, but in herself. She became more confident, efficient, and even started enjoying the challenges that once stressed her out. By recognizing life's natural cycles and embracing growth through adversity, you can transform your outlook and find peace in situations that once seemed unbearable. Reflect on your own life. What are the cracked mugs you're holding on to? How can you embrace change instead of resisting it? And when you face difficulties, how can you turn them into opportunities for growth? Stoicism teaches us that by letting go and seeing every challenge as a stepping stone, we not only survive but thrive. So, let's face the world with an open heart and a resilient spirit, ready to grow with every twist and turn that life throws our way. Number 6. Cultivate inner riches. In our modern world, where Instagram feeds are filled with opulence and the pursuit of material wealth, it's easy to fall into the trap of equating happiness with the latest gadgets or designer labels. But let's pause for a moment and listen to the timeless wisdom of Seneca, who reminds us, it's not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor. What does this mean for us in our everyday lives? When we constantly chase after material possessions, we often find ourselves in a never-ending cycle of desire and dissatisfaction. True wealth, according to the Stoics, isn't found in the things we own, but in the contentment of the soul. Imagine the peace that comes from appreciating the richness of your experiences and the treasure of your memories. Think about a time when you felt genuinely happy. Was it because of a new purchase? Or was it because of a meaningful moment shared with loved ones, a personal achievement, or a serene moment of reflection? The Stoics teach us that while it's perfectly fine to enjoy life's luxuries, we should never let them enslave us. How often do we find ourselves stressed over acquiring more when the real essence of life is slipping through our fingers? It's the stories we've woven, the relationships we've nurtured, and the personal growth we've achieved that truly matter. Epictetus once said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions but in having few wants." Let's ponder this. How can simplifying our desires lead to a richer, more fulfilling life? By cultivating inner riches, we focus on what truly brings us joy and peace. This doesn't mean renouncing all possessions, but rather appreciating them without allowing them to control us. Have you ever noticed how some of the happiest people aren't necessarily those with the most money or possessions, but those who find joy in the simple things? How can we shift our perspective to value experiences over possessions and inner peace over outward displays of wealth? Let's bring this into a real-world scenario. Imagine you're scrolling through social media, and you see friends flaunting their latest purchases. It's easy to feel a pang of envy or inadequacy, but instead of falling into that trap, remind yourself of the inner riches you possess. Recall a cherished memory, a personal accomplishment, or a moment of pure contentment. How does that compare to the fleeting joy of a new purchase? Marcus Aurelius, another great Stoic philosopher, advised, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." Reflect on this powerful truth. How can we train our minds to seek happiness from within rather than from external sources? It begins with gratitude and mindfulness. two practices that can transform our lives. By being grateful for what we have and mindful of the present moment, we cultivate a sense of inner peace and contentment that no material possession can provide. Consider the impact of this mindset on your daily life. How would your relationships change if you valued time and experiences with loved ones over material gifts? How would your personal growth accelerate if you invested in learning and self-improvement rather than the latest trend? The Stoics encourage us to focus on what we can control, our thoughts, attitudes, and actions. By doing so, we free ourselves from the constant pursuit of more and embrace the abundance that already exists within us. As we wrap up this segment, let's reflect on our own lives. Are we truly cultivating inner riches, or are we caught in the race for external validation? How can we start shifting our focus today? Maybe it's taking a moment each day to practice gratitude, or perhaps it's setting aside time to create memories with those we care about. Remember, true wealth isn't measured by what we have but by how we live. So let's make a conscious effort to cherish our inner riches and let go of the need for more. After all, the art of not caring and letting go is about finding freedom and joy in the here and now. Thank you for joining me on this journey through Stoic wisdom. May you find peace and contentment in the treasures of your soul. 7. Understand and accept fate. Understanding and accepting fate is a crucial Stoic principle that can transform the way we navigate life's challenges. Now, I'm not saying you should blindly accept everything that comes your way, but as Epictetus wisely pointed out, don't demand that things happen as you wish, but wish that they happen as they do happen. Life, with its myriad complexities, is a blend of our efforts and the universe's designs. Sometimes, despite our best moves, the outcome isn't in our favor. However, instead of being bogged down by what didn't go as planned, Stoicism nudges us to embrace what's on our plate. The most captivating stories often emerge from the most unexpected turns, and learning to see the beauty in life's unpredictability can lead to profound peace and resilience. Consider how this principle applies to modern life. When a job opportunity falls through, or a relationship ends, it's easy to get lost in what might have been. But what if we saw these moments as part of a larger, unseen design? This perspective shift can open us up to new possibilities and paths we hadn't considered. As Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." By accepting fate, we turn obstacles into stepping stones, transforming our setbacks into setups for future success. Another key principle is the importance of being of service to others. We live in a world bursting with opportunities to make a difference. As Seneca reminds us, we are all bound together in a partnership. Stoicism isn't just about personal enlightenment, it's about community upliftment. By aiding another, we not only enrich their lives, but add meaning to our own. Whether it's helping a neighbor, volunteering, or simply being there for a friend, every act of kindness echoes in the universe. Remember, it's not just about thriving solo, but elevating others along the journey. In today's society, where individualism often takes center stage, it's easy to forget the power of collective effort and support. However, the strength of a community lies in its members' willingness to uplift one another. Reflect on the profound impact a small act of kindness can have on someone's day. It could be as simple as offering a listening ear, or as significant as mentoring someone through a difficult time. As the philosopher Cicero once said, "We were born to unite with our fellow men and to join in community with the human race." This sense of interconnectedness not only helps others, but also enhances our own sense of purpose and fulfillment. By weaving these principles into our daily lives, we not only become more resilient individuals, but also contribute to a more compassionate and supportive society. It's a reminder that while we may not control every aspect of our fate, we can control how we respond to it and how we treat those around us. This Stoic approach encourages us to find balance and harmony in a world that often feels chaotic and unpredictable. As you navigate your own journey, remember these timeless teachings and let them guide you toward a life of acceptance, service, and inner peace. Number 8. Reflect, review, and realign. In our fast-paced world, finding time to pause and reflect can seem like a luxury we can't afford. Yet, the ancient Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. This profound insight underscores the importance of regular reflection. It's a crucial practice for gaining clarity, understanding ourselves better, and ensuring our actions align with our values and goals. Imagine treating reflection as a regular system update for your life. By taking a moment to introspect, we hold up a mirror to our souls, allowing us to identify patterns, realign our paths, and refresh our perspectives. Picture yourself at the end of a hectic week. You're sitting quietly, away from the noise and distractions, and you begin to ponder your actions over the past few days. You think about the decisions you made, the interactions you had, and how you felt during various moments. This practice is not about self-criticism, but about understanding and learning. What worked well? What could have been done differently? By examining your actions and their outcomes, you can learn from your missteps and celebrate your small victories. This process of reflection helps you recognize your growth and areas needing improvement, paving the way to true contentment and peace. Consider Sarah, a project manager at a bustling tech company. Every Friday, Sarah spends an hour reflecting on her week. She asks herself questions like, what challenges did I face? How did I handle them? What can I learn from these experiences? Through this regular reflection, Sarah identifies patterns in her behavior and thought processes. She notices she tends to rush decisions when under pressure, leading to mistakes. With this awareness, she starts practicing mindfulness techniques to stay calm and make more deliberate choices. Over time, Sarah's reflection practice not only improves her performance at work, but also enhances her overall well-being. Now think about your own life. When was the last time you took a moment to reflect? How often do you review your actions and thoughts? Reflection doesn't require hours of meditation. It can be a simple practice integrated into your daily routine. For instance, you can spend a few minutes each evening jotting down your thoughts in a journal. What did you learn today? What are you grateful for? How did you make someone else's day better? These questions help you gain insights into your life and keep your thoughts aligned with your values. As you embrace the practice of reflection, you'll find it brings clarity and focus. It's a way to ensure you're not merely reacting to life, but actively shaping your path. By regularly reviewing and realigning, you stay true to yourself and your goals, leading to a more fulfilling and purposeful life. So here's a challenge for you. Set aside time each week to reflect on your experiences. Ask yourself, what did I learn? How can I grow from this? Make it a habit to review your actions and thoughts regularly. By doing so, you'll cultivate a deeper understanding of yourself and create a more meaningful and joyful life. In conclusion, the practice of reflection, review, and realignment is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. It's about taking time to understand yourself, learn from your experiences, and ensure your actions align with your values. This regular introspection leads to personal growth, inner peace, and true contentment. So, take a moment to pause, reflect, and realign your path. The quality of your thoughts and the happiness of your life depend on it. Embrace this practice and watch how it transforms your life for the better. As we conclude today's exploration of the 8 Stoic principles to master the art of not caring and letting go, let's not forget that these teachings are not just philosophical musings, but practical tools for life. They offer us a roadmap to navigate the complexities of our modern world with grace, resilience, and a sense of purpose. So I encourage you, my fellow Stoic journeyers, to apply these principles in your daily life. Take a moment to pause, reflect, and ask yourself how you can incorporate these Stoic gems into your routine for a more fulfilling and joyful existence. Now, if this video has sparked even a glimmer of inspiration in you, I invite you to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Why? Not for the numbers, but to build a community where we can all grow and learn together. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments below, or share this video with someone who might benefit from it. Your engagement fuels this channel and enriches our collective journey in the realm of Stoicism. Until we meet again in our next video, may you continue to cultivate a life of wisdom, courage, and inner peace. Keep the Stoic flame alive within you and let it illuminate your path. Farewell for now, and remember, the key to mastering the art of letting go lies in your hands. Take action and seize it.